Costa Rica is such a beautiful place, and for 5 days I explored the remarkable Hotel Punta Islita in Guanacaste, and it was paradise. I saw parrots and turtles, went on a few adventures, and I had a chance to relax by the ocean. I'm going to show you all the highlights of Punta Islita, the activities that we had in the trip, a look at the food and the drinks, and give you a full review of this off-the-beaten-path hotel that puts you in the middle of nature. From Liberia Airport, the drive to Punta Islita is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and you can book a car rental or the hotel offers transfers. Along the way, you'll see a glimpse into Costa Rican life and the absolutely stunning Playa Carrillo that we were lucky enough to catch at sunset. The area is so lush and beautiful, and the open-air lobby as well as the main restaurant, Alma, are surrounded by nature. Alma serves breakfast and dinner, and it's a welcoming and warm space that's bright and airy during the day and cozy and atmospheric at night. It feels like you're dining right in the middle of the forest. The hotel is such an authentic Costa Rican experience, and it's really a part of the community that helped build it. Many of the people who work here are from the area, and the focus of the hotel is on the chance to discover and learn about it more. It's so easy to relax and unwind here, but the hotel is really a gem because it's so much more than just an oasis. The menu is nicely tied to a few local dishes and ingredients from the area, including seafood, and we had a lot of opportunities to stop and take it all in. This is such a great spot to sit and listen to the ocean and enjoy a drink. The walk up and down the hill offers incredible views of the jungle and the ocean, but don't worry, there are rest stops with seats and water, or you can arrange for staff to pick you up along the side of the hotel and take you to the restaurant, your room, or the beach. I walked down to the beach a few times and back up again, and if you have the chance, it's really worth the stroll. The hotel is decorated with lots of art that was created by local artists. There's a whole story at the hotel on how local artists have been given the training and tools they need to become successful. And of course, the walk through the trees, plants, and flowers is really awe-inspiring. It's only about a 15-minute walk from the hotel lobby down to the beach, and you'll see birds, butterflies, maybe a lizard or a gecko, and if you're really lucky, you may even see a monkey in one of the trees. Depending on the season when you visit, the forest may be lush and green during rainy season, which was when I visited, but it does change throughout the year. While September and October is the peak of rainy season, when it may rain for an hour or two during the afternoon, it is also the quietest time to travel here, and hotels tend to be a little bit cheaper too. Punta Islita's beachfront has a lunch restaurant or a beach club. There's a pool bar, cabanas, tables beside the beach, and space to sit out and relax. From across the resort, you can usually hear the sound of the surf on the beach. And on the edge of the beach, it's stunning, taking in the whole tropical vibe. It's a great spot for a drink, a walk, and to read a book. And there's nothing like laying here on a hammock and catching a few Z's. It's so green and vibrant during rainy season. We saw lots of coconuts from the trees, there were birds and geckos, and the pool with the swim-up bar is another slice of paradise. And yes, there's a shallow side in the pool for the little ones. Yeah, this place is wonderful. It's hard to even overstate how wonderful the whole place is. Just listen to the surf. I'm sure the microphone is mostly picking up the surf, but just this view. All the way from the top of Punta Islita all the way down here to the beach club. It's so gorgeous. There's there's just this sense of calm and peace, and there's this community here. Everywhere you go, people are saying hi to each other. You know, we've had the most wonderful people taking care of us everywhere we've gone, and yeah, it's a really special place. It's very peaceful, relaxing, calm, beautiful. There's too many words I could use to describe it, really, but we've had just the most incredible trip here. Now let's talk about the rooms. Punta Islita's suites are standalone units with private backyards that have great views over the jungle or the ocean. There's chairs and hammocks, plus a whirlpool or plunge pool. The suites combine luxury with what they call an eco-conscious rustic style, and it's charming and totally wonderful. It's like your own private vacation home. Inside the suite, it's roomy and spacious. Our junior king suite had a 4-poster king bed, plus a couch that could be made up as a bed as well. The room also had a small kitchenette with a fridge and espresso machine. There's air conditioning, fans, and a closet with hangers and storage space. Plus the rooms feature local art, ceramic, lots of wood, and a spacious bathroom and shower that looks out over the yard. There's also TV, but we honestly only turned it on once. It's just so peaceful and activities are so great, you will not want to watch TV. We had a few goals while we were at Punta Islita, and the main one was to see some of the creatures. So of course we booked the tour to go see some of the monkeys that live in the area. There's no guarantee that you'll find the monkeys, but the guide did his best to track them down, and we did eventually find them lounging in some trees about 20 minutes away from the hotel. While the experience is great to see the monkeys, I also loved it because it gave us a little tour of the nearby forest. Before we found the monkeys, we saw pastures, people's homes, and a lot of termite nests in the trees. Once our monkey quest, as it's called, was over, we got to peek at the monkeys through the scope that our guide had brought with him. Depending on the day and the time, they may be more active, and he told us a bit about their habits. As a Canadian, it's on a whole other level seeing them just hanging out in the trees. And then we had a fun ride back with just one stop as a herd of cows were being led up the road.
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
Plus we had a great view looking out over the coast and a chance to see a nearby waterfall that runs right over the road. Finally, we drove through the town of Islita, passing by the church, the school and soccer field, the art museum, and the store. So let's talk about Islita. Most of the village is Catholic and come to the church to worship. It's a beautiful church that always seems to have its doors open. And the village was blooming with flowers. I stopped to visit the museum and buy some local art while I was in town, and I love how the art is so inspired by life in the village, the local nature and animals, and the people here. In the first room of the museum, you'll find art for purchase, all priced between about $8 and $50 for most things. Art includes prints and card pieces, there's handmade keychains, and even fridge magnets. In the next gallery space, there's a marimba with photographs focused on local ways of life and people from the Blue Zone. And the Blue Zone is this area where there are quite a few people who are all over 100 years old. The guide who showed me this space was the daughter of the local marimba builder and player who recently passed away. And she played a little song for me on, and it was such a beautiful moment on such an incredible instrument. And then my wife, daughter, and I came to the last space at the museum to make some local food and art. We made candles in the sand where they pour wax in holes made in the sand, and then they sent it for you to take home. And it leaves a little imprint with the sand still on the outside of the wax. Then we made keychains with beads, nuts, sticks, and things from the area. And it was a little personal keepsake to take home. It really is a piece of this Costa Rican village. Finally, we learned how to make a corn dessert from the area called mazamorra. They make it by grinding up local purple corn until it's very fine, and then it's washed and ground again, and then boiled over fire with some salt and sugar. We helped grind the corn, and then we stirred it over the fire for about 10 minutes until it was nice and thick, and then we got to try it. It was sweet and delicious, a little like oat porridge, and it's believed to be one of the reasons why people live so long in the area. Everywhere you go in the village, you're going to find art. There's tile and stonework, carvings and sculptures. Plus, we met the kindest locals who said hello and took our picture at the museum. One of our other favorite activities at the hotel was going to watch sea turtles make their way into the ocean. It was an absolutely incredible experience that really shows you how difficult it is for these little creatures to survive. After dinner one evening, we took a bus ride to a nearby protected beach where the sea turtles lay their eggs. A variety of turtles lay their eggs here between September to March, and then 45 to 65 days later, the eggs start to hatch. When we started walking, we mostly saw dozens upon dozens of crabs, especially hermit crabs, but then we found the first baby turtle making its way to the water. We used special red lights that don't interfere with the turtles and walked with them until they reached the water. It took the turtles about 20 minutes to get from the top of the beach to the ocean, and then they swam away. We also saw lots of clams, especially on wood that washed up, but we kept looking for turtles and found another nest hatching. We're on the beach for about 2 hours, watching the turtles climb out of the sand, walk to the ocean's edge, and then swim away. It was one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen. It really gives you a sense of how delicate the balance is for these turtles. And gosh, they are just so cute. There goes. We also went horseback riding at Punta Islita, which had to be my daughter's favorite activity from the trip. After breakfast, we took a ride down to the stables that are not far from the beach, and we had a quick lesson on riding. Simply put, you held the rope in one hand and pulled back and then either right or left to get the horse to turn. And pulling back straight meant to stop. Each of the horses had their own style, but they were all so well behaved and followed your guidance so that they could follow the leader. We went up and down hills, around the trails near the hotel, and then down to the beach for the most scenic view at low tide. Okay, as experiences go, this is again another peak, I would have to say. We've had some very good experiences in Costa Rica, this amazing Punta Islita. So this one, I don't know, this might take the cake. We had turtles last night, now this, it's amazing. It was a really beautiful experience, and then we headed back to the stables. My horse could not be rushed, but she was a great companion. Around the corner from the hotel, we also had the chance to visit the Wild Macaw Reserve. And this is one of the hotel's free experiences, and one that's making a big difference in the area. Decades ago, Costa Rica allowed a lot of the country's forests to be cut down for farming and agriculture. And that led to massive declines and almost extinction for the scarlet and green macaws in the wild in Costa Rica. Over the last 4 years, the network has been working to breed and release wild macaws to bring them back, and their efforts are having a very big impact. They treat macaws that still hang around the area with a little supplement once a day, and we had the chance to see a feeding. They're just such incredible birds, and we saw 4 macaws come to the platform where they're fed. Afterwards, they stayed in the nearby Guanacaste tree, their favorite, and preened and nuzzled up together. The network gave us a little presentation explaining how they work, what they're doing, and their work really is impressive. They also sell items in the shop, and sales here go back to help the network keep going. There are a lot of expenses, and their work in the wild has a long way to go, so we happily bought a few things to support the fantastic cause. And we went ziplining through the forest. This was a really fun one. We put on our gear and then took a cart a little way from the hotel, and we were ziplining within a few minutes. The ziplines weave back and forth over canyon, and they have some great views of the forest and down into the valley. And look, it's really very easy. You can try and aim yourself straight or let momentum aim you, but any way you do it, it's a lot of fun, it's easy, and don't worry, it's really not scary. We had so much fun, and there were 8 lines that took us about 40 minutes, with a little light walking between the lines. It was another great chance to see into the forest. We even saw a lemon tree. So would you do this? I mean, I would highly recommend it. Even our 9-year-old had a blast, so it's for young and old alike. You just need a little upper body strength to put yourself up as you get on the line. Yeah. And at the end, it was a short walk back to the hotel. So let's talk about the food now, because we were blown away. First off, Alma, the main restaurant, has such wonderful views. We love sitting here. It's pretty and magical, especially at night when the candles are all lit. I tried cocktails and some local beer. I had the chance to try a lot of the menu, from the salmon roll and steak to the incredible carrot cake and tiramisu. Breakfasts were also amazing, including this burrito, eggs over tomato, French toast, and a miraculous dish that they call healthy ice cream that's like a chilled, deconstructed smoothie, including coconut and peanut butter. After every meal, we loved just slowly making our way back to our room, taking in these amazing views, and being lost in the moments here. At the lunch restaurant, I was blown away by the cocktails, especially the bamboo that features roasted pineapple. I had the most delicious guacamole with chips and plantain chips, octopus ceviche with rice, and thick fried plantain. We tried the fantastic beef tacos, and the atmosphere here is more than casual, with swings along the edge so that you can sit and stare at the ocean. It's breezy in every sense of the word, and we love the pizza and the burgers here too. You can sit inside the restaurant, or you can grab a table down by the side of the beach. And after we ate, we went for a swim, and I had one of Tony's special cocktails with local alcohol, berries, and mint. It was delicious. This view never got old, not for a moment. It was amazing seeing the mist over the hills, especially early in the morning or after rain, and looking out over the ocean, we actually saw whales on the horizon. Right now, I would give anything to go back, even for a few hours again. It's a place that sticks with you, and you'll miss it the moment you leave. Finally, I also visited the Nankou Spa for a treatment, and it was a wonderful, relaxing escape. The space is quiet and peaceful, the options for treatments are excellent, and they're focused on a synergy with nature. It's amazing being in a room that has the rainforest right outside your door. And then it was time to go. Well, that's it for our Costa Rican vacation at Punta Islita. It is incredibly difficult to leave here. This place has been so amazing. It's so wonderful and relaxing, and we've had so much fun doing all the activities. I can't even believe how many activities we did. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to leave here, but we're off now to go explore another hotel. We're off to the Alma Restaurant, which is a sister hotel in a way. So we're gonna go check out that hotel, but thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about Punta Islita. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to know about coming to Costa Rica. Love to answer questions, or feel free to let me know what you thought. Thank you so much for watching. Here's a peek ahead at our stay at Alma Restaurant and my next video.